Long ago, when there was no microscope, because of the limitations of human eye, people could reach out only to the macroscopic forms of animals. People did not understand what they were made of, and how they were originated. Many believed in the spontaneous generation theory, which says, living things originate from non-living matter. The invention of microscope has changed their perception, and made them witness a completely new world, which they have never seen before. It was only after the invention of microscope, scientists could understand what a cell is. What is cell theory? Cell theory is a universally accepted scientific theory, which mainly states the three tenets. First, all living organisms are made of one, or more cells. Cells are the basic structural units of all organisms. And finally, all cells originate from pre-existing cells. Let's go back to the history and see how it happened. It all began in 1590, when two Dutch spectacles makers, Hans and Zacharias Janssen, took the credit of making compound microscopes. However, these microscopes could not gain popularity, as they failed to increase the resolution, and therefore, magnified images appeared blurry. As a result, no significant scientific inventions came from them, for about 100 years. Over a period of time, significant improvements were made to these microscopes. Robert Hooke was one of those scientists who improved the basic design of the existing compound microscope. He constructed a microscope with 3 lenses to enlarge the object, and a stage light to illuminate the object. When Hooke placed a slice of cork under his microscope, he observed some wonderful structures that he had never seen before. To him, the cork appeared as if it was made of tiny rooms that monks lived in monastery. These rooms in Latin, known as cellula. Therefore, he called them cells. He then published all his observations in a book named Micrographia. No much longer, after the Hooke's observations, a Dutch textile merchant, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, had observed living cells under his self-made microscope. As a textile merchant, Leeuwenhoek had a simple magnifier to check the quality of fabrics. Because of his curiosity, he began to spend his time in making lenses. His microscope could magnify an object by around 300 times. Though he did not know what these tiny cells were, what he actually observed under microscope was bacteria and protozoa. He called them animalcules. Despite the discovery of animal and plant cells, their importance as the basic structural unit of life was not recognized. For our understanding, basic structural unit is something that acts as a building block. When these units combine together, they form a shape. The basic structural unit cannot be divided further. Just to give an example, the combination of individual bricks form a wall. Similarly, in biology, multiple cells combine to form a tissue, tissues form an organ, and organs form a body. After nearly 200 years, in 1838, Matthias Jacob Schleiden, from Germany, had extensively worked on microscopic observations of plant tissue. At the same time, Theodor Schwann has made similar observations in animal tissue. In 1839, both have compared their observations and found similarities between plant and animal tissues. They finally concluded that cells are the basic structural units of plants and animals. However, they could not explain the formation of these cells. They mostly depended on the existing beliefs of those times on the formation of cells. In 1855, Rudolf Virchow, a German pathologist, published an article that said, omnis cellula, a cellula. In Latin, the phrase translates into, every cell arises from cell. Even much before Virchow published his article, in 1850, Robert Remak, who was the colleague of Virchow, made the similar kind of statement that cells origin from pre-existing cells. However, his statement was not accepted by the scientific community. Finally, after many controversies and criticisms, Virchow held the credit for this phrase. After the formation of classic cell theory, the improved technology has allowed for more detailed observations of the cell. These observations led to the formation of modern cell theory, which has the following additions. Cell theory has become the basis to our understanding of life on Earth. Let's see how it evolved from time to time, out of the collective work of many scientists.